Alright, guys, boys and girls, ladies and gents. This is Gunfolk back with another review. And yes, it's a review of, you guessed it. So typical to do so, but it's another Glock review. My first Glock review, but you already know Glocks are everywhere, all over YouTube, all over the internet. People just love Glock. However, with it being my first Glock, is different from my experience is different. I could not afford the Gen 5 or the Gen 4s, so I went ahead and bought a Glock 17 Gen 3. So this is a full-size duty weapon. Just to go over the specs just shortly in just a minute. First off, let's go ahead and open the box and I can show you guys actually how much I got this Gen 3 for. Gen 3 still typically run around $4.99 depending on where you go. I got this for those who are or live in Michigan. I got this on Ford Road at Firing Line. Joe and his partner, I forgot his partner name, I think Larry, was able to help me pick this up. They did make me choose this over the Burst of TPR9, which is a 2018 gun. So, of course, anybody that know Glock know that it comes with a speed loader. Of course, 2 magazines. But just wait till you see the price of it. That's the Glock itself. Comes with a brush. This is dirty because I used it to clean it. But this is the point I want to make. How cheap I got this gun for. So, this is a red box. Red label box just means basically if you watched any Glock videos, the red box means that the gun has a capacity of 15 rounds or more. This is how much I got the gun for. Of course, it's used, but $375, and then after tax, I was looking at $397 walking out the door. That is absolutely amazing for really any Glock. Alright, to set that to the side for a second. So, of course, this is the Glock 17 Gen 3, chambered in 9mm. It has a capacity of 17, and that's 17 plus 1. 17 plus 1 in the head. This has a 4.5-inch barrel. See, you can even see the Glock smile. That's how you know it's used. It has a 4.5-inch barrel. The rifling is at 1.9 point or 1 in 9.84 rifling. The distance between the sights, I don't know if I can get it to show. If I don't, I'm gonna quit. But standard Glock sights, as you can see. It did come with the back strap, the beaver tail already on it. I'm thankful that that is something that I liked, because if I didn't, this thing is hell to take off. And I actually do not have the tools. Okay? Just to check and make sure we're clear. I should have did that in the beginning of the video. Empty magazine. Empty chamber. Physically and visually. Now, today I wanted to go ahead and put this up against, or not up against, but compare the Security 9, one of my carry weapons as of right now. Empty. And empty. So, the Ruger Security 9, I got the +2. I had to add +2. This was originally a 15 plus 1 in a chamber. Now I get a total of 18 rounds with this pistol. So to size comparison, in height, without that +2, the Glock is realistically not by much, but just slightly taller than the Security 9. As far as length go, the Glock is also longer. And as far as width, straight across, even though the Security 9 has that drop, they're kind of running neck and neck, but the Security 9, I believe, is more slim. That's to show for the rear, a rear comparison. Anybody that has ever owned or held the Glock 17, in this area here is thicker. It's thicker than most. So unless you have large hands to really get a grip around there, you may or may not like that. It just depends. As far as the trigger go, everyone claims it's spongy, in which I can't feel that sponge. However, amazing trigger as all Glocks are. The brake, you get to that wall, and just to show you clear, brake, sponge, so-called, depending on who you are. That sponge, look at this brake, boom. Look at this reset, right there. Shooting Glocks are like, it's like a pillow. I don't know, something built in their technology just makes shooting Glocks easy, simple, and the gun overall is just simple. The Glock 17 was one of the first Glocks ever made, period. When they went up for competition for the military, this gun is just simple, straight to the point. And it has 34 parts to it, and that's what makes up the gun, period. 34 parts. That is amazing for something of high quality. And as far as this price point, literally $397.50 out the door. This is after tax and all, out the door for such an amazing tool. I do plan on getting the Talon grips, as I do all my weapons, and I do plan on getting the rear back sliding plate. Sights are expensive, but I do plan on changing out the sights. A lot of people have a problem with the Glock sights, however, I do not. The Glock sights, they're straightforward to the point, and I mean, you can't complain about it. This is just simply a tool. Absolutely amazing. The Gen 3 does have the finger grooves. I don't mind the finger grooves. I actually like the finger grooves. The mag release is somewhat of a rectangle, and it's not as big as the Gen 4s or the Gen 5s. I know a lot of people get into media arguments or social media arguments about this slide stop or slide release. I personally use it as a slide stop, because a guy explained it in a defensive position, and he said it's better to use muscle memory. So when you're engaging into this fight or you're defending yourself, instead of using this small muscle group and letting the slide go forward, you can use big muscle groups and actually rack the slide so that you can engage back into the fight. To me, that makes a lot more sense. So I just don't practice with this. For those who do, this is very simple. I mean, it just simply works as a slide stop and a slide release. Boom, straight to the point. Another thing that people call or say it has problems is the Glock does not have any front serrations. They only have serrations in the rear. So it makes it more difficult to press check. Press checks are very hard. I mean, unless you've been getting bit. I really get bit by my Taurus PT-111 the most. That gun just bites back to back. The front is so slippery, it's ridiculous. So if you got a problem with that, once again, that's another downfall. The Ruger Security 9 does have front serrations, easy press checks. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Glock does not have any manual safeties. It's not ambi, so controls are only found on the left-hand side of the gun. Alright, takedown is very simple. Of course, Glock, pull it back, recoil on, pull the trigger. A lot of people either like it or don't. They go to recoil spring, or a guide rod, I should say. The barrel itself, which is a 4.5 inch. And see how simple, straight to the point. A simple and straightforward gun. I mean, it's just, when you talk about this one, people worship this gun so much because it's just a straightforward tool. It's a hammer in the box that's always going to work. It's not getting bent out of shape. That's the other part. Quality. Nothing but quality. Once the trigger is pulled, it does sit at the rear, so you will know. It does have a trigger in the safety in the trigger, so unless you gauge that fully, no, it will not fire until you engage with it. But all in all, I will be doing a size comparison because I have to go back and do another, because people were asking for me to do a size comparison between the PT-111 and the Ruger Security 9 and the SD and the Ruger Security 9. One guy asked about that Ruger and the Ruger and the SD. Which one would I prefer? And I told him, I made the comment, in my opinion, this does have that 5-pound trigger, so this is straight to the point, right here at this wall. If you shot the Ruger SR9, you would know that wall is just right there, right there. The second you pull up on it, that wall is right there with the SR9. They did discontinue them. I will be finding me an SR9 and I'll be keeping it. I do want an SR9C, which is the compact version, and I'll be keeping that one. So, Security 9, right there. Straight to the point. Boom. The reset is a little longer, but still, once your finger is there, that's the wall. That's the wall. There's no play, no question, no nothing. This thing is ready, battle proven. This is straight to the point. This also take up with the Glock sights also. Has the U in the rear, standard white dot for the front. Just like the Glock. The Ruger Security 9 is an amazing gun. Just want to compare it in size to that, to that Glock. Both amazing guns. I just want to share with you guys the great, amazing deal that I got at Firing Line. The people are amazing at Firing Line. I truly appreciate them. Joe there, he really got me into getting my CPL, and I was on it after a while speaking with him. So, great people. Coming up next, let me see if I can find it. Just to talk insurance. Yes, I am a USCCA member, and I will be going over. I have the standard gold membership. I will be going over and speaking about what happens after the fight. So you already defended yourself. That's the first fight. But what happens in the fight after the fight? I will be giving my member number, showing you guys my member number, because these people have an amazing referral program, and whoever you refer, you can get up into $150 in $150 value of products, different things. They just surprise you. I already received my magazine and everything from these guys. They send you a total of, I believe, 8 copies per year. I only come out of $22. I will be discussing that. $22 a month, to be clear. I will be discussing that in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please exercise your Second Amendment and have a blessed day.